Aprendiendo español debe ser una meta deseada por todos americanos. This means learning Spanish should be a desired goal by all Americans. Do you care about making more money? Do you want to be more knowledgeable? Do you want to have better job opportunities? Currently, I am learning the Spanish language. I am not fluent as of yet, but soon I will be bilingual. Learning the Spanish language is something that will benefit both you and your family in the future. Now, what is the problem at hand? The problem at hand is that we Americans do not know the Spanish language, and we are missing out on opportunities by not knowing so. It is important to know the language of our surrounding countries. You might ask why that is important. IMAX Study and Learn Spanish stated, and I quote, "For one thing, Spanish is spoken by almost 400 million people worldwide. Even more compelling is the fact that about half of the population in the Western Hemisphere speaks Spanish, making it the primary language for as many people as in English in this region of the world. Most of the South America speaks primarily Spanish, as does just about all of Central America, Mexico, and Latin America, over 15 countries in total. In addition, with the United States, Spanish is the second most widely spoken language after English, by a very wide margin. In the U.S., more and more opportunities are increasing for those who are fluent in both Spanish and English due to the explosion in the Spanish-speaking population. This means that being bilingual will continue to become more valuable for people who live in the United States with each passing year. In this economy, this is extremely important to a working career. Now, this has always been a problem because it has not been enforced in our local schools. It's affecting everyone that does not know the Spanish language. Anyone who's going out and looking for a job, you're jeopardizing the opportunity of getting a better job or making more of an annual income to help support yourself. Now, Sarah Dieter, a Spanish teacher for adults, stated, and I quote, "Many people do not realize that 90% of Fortune 500 companies and Forbes International 800 companies do not have enough employees that can deal with the Spanish-speaking market." Now, also, World Languages and Culture said, and I quote, "If you have proven yourself to be a capable employee with just the right job skills and you speak a foreign language such as Spanish, you are more likely to land the job of your dreams than if you are a monolingual. In fact, many jobs today require a minimum of a basic proficiency in another language." If we do not solve this problem today, we will continue to not have the competitive advantage that some other countries do have. Now, in an article called Spanish Language and Culture Implementations Overview said, and I quote, "Even in schools, other third world countries are more effective than United States schools as producing students who demonstrate foreign language proficiencies. A world-class education includes foreign learning, a subject many U.S. schools neglect." Now, that is the problem at hand. Now, let's start talking about some of the solutions to fix this problem. IMAX Spanish language program stated, and I quote, "Most importantly, education in an international setting is becoming a top mandate for the American government because people need to be economically competitive." Now, ways to solve this problem would be for our American schools, getting a Spanish program set up in our classrooms from kindergarten all the way through till graduation even. Also, with some jobs, getting the employer to offer Spanish-speaking classes so his employees can learn the Spanish language, which will in the end benefit him. It will cost him up front, but once he's able to get the profit from the Spanish-speaking community that before he would not have, therefore it'll help him and his employees. Now, effective early literal skill development and for young Spanish-speaking English language learners said, and I quote, "A targeted early literacy intervention can improve Spanish-speaking preschool pre-literacy skills. If kids are raised learning the Spanish language, they will be more developed and equipped for your business one day, and also going around the world. They will be able to understand different cultures because they will be able to communicate with those cultures." Now, Rebecca Marie Barrere, Executive Director of Corporate Fund for Children, stated, and I quote, "Because there is still a lot of controversy surrounding bilingual education, parents and educators may need to advocate for a change in policy when politics rather than children are the determining factor. If we do what is best for our children, it will be the best for the entire nation." Now, our future generation will have more knowledge that can lead to more business opportunity, a larger client base, having more knowledge of the world. They'll be able to travel to parts of the world and communicate with those people. We have now discussed the problem at hand, the solution. Now let's talk about some ways to make action, to do something about this problem. The first is with you, with yourselves, and you should start today, is learning different ways that you can learn the Spanish language, different programs, going to your local libraries, your bookstores, and even getting online and seeing what is out there so you can learn the Spanish language. By taking this stand, all you are doing is benefiting your future as well as your families. Unfortunately, we were not taught the Spanish language growing up, but we can change that for our kids. Talk to your kids' schools about getting this program into the community, into their classrooms. Also, talk with your boss. Let him know how this can help him and yourself in the future. The problem is we need to learn a language that surrounds us daily. The solution is to start with yourself and take action on bettering your future and your families. So if you do care about making more money, if you care about bettering your job, or if you care about knowing more, then start learning the Spanish language today.